Again, I'm gonna do the arms first, so I'm gonna use blue. You start off with a magic ring. You curl it around your finger, make a cross, turn, pull up yarn, and make a knot. So now inside the magic ring, I'm gonna make 4 single crochet. Then you pull tight. First row, I'm going to do increase. If you do not know how to see which is the first stitch, you count back from the hook here, the V shape here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the first V shape. I'm going to do increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So every stitch I'm going to do 2 single crochet. So I should have 8 stitches in this row because I started with 4. Now I have increased 2 single crochet in each stitch. So all in I should have 8 stitches. And now from row 3 until row 4, you're going to do single crochet all around. Just 1 single crochet in each stitch for 2 rows, row 3 and row 4. I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 4. Again, now row 5 I'm going to do 6 single crochet followed by a decrease. Don't forget to add your marker. So this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After you do 6, you will still have 2 more stitch left, and these 2 stitch you're going to do a 2 together or a decrease. So after this decrease, the next row, row 6, I'm going to do single crochet all around. So which means the previous row I will have 7 stitches. So now this row I should have 7 as well. Okay, 7 single crochet. And now row 7 I'm going to do a decrease. I'm going to do 5 single crochet, or I should say single crochet in the next 5 followed by a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you should have 2 more stitch left. These 2 stitch you're gonna do a decrease or a 2 together. And after this decrease, I'm going to go to the last row last row I'm gonna do single crochet all around. So you should have 6 stitches in this row. Okay, 6 stitches in this row, and after 6 stitches, this is the last row, so you can just go to the next stitch, do a slip stitch, chain 1, pull tight. When you pull tight, you kind of not lock it here, and you make sure you have a long tail for sewing. And you're gonna do 2 of it. Okay, now I'm gonna sew the button onto the hand before I add stuffing, because you need to add stuffing about halfway through, so it's easier to sew before I add stuffing. And if you do not want to add stuffing, you can actually add glue, but glue, I'm not sure after a few wash will it come off. So besides this button, I'm also going to add a microphone. This microphone will be in another tutorial post. You can search it in my amigurumi playlist, or I'm going to share the link in the description box below. Okay, so I'm going to sew the microphone on the tip of the hand here. So since I have no stuffing yet, it's easier to sew. Sorry, sometimes I go off screen. I'm still learning how to stay on the screen as much as possible. Okay, so this microphone, it's best that you make a few stitches. If not, every time you hold it up, it will drop downwards. So make a few stitches so that it will stay upright. Okay, let me make a few more. You make sure that when you stitch, you do not see all this gray yarn so much. Doesn't make it does not make it show that it's sewing. See, it really look like as if it's holding the microphone. Okay, let me make a few more stitches to make it look like it's upright. Do this way, and you poke it here, it will stay upright. It's kind of thick here. Okay, so now no matter how I move the hand, it's gonna stay upright like this, and you can actually shape it around a bit. Okay, let me make one last stitch. Go through the inside here and pull it out here. Okay, I think it's fastened, nicely fastened. So this is the tail from the magic ring of from the hand. So I just tie a knot. Now let me sew one button. Let me see, this button should be around here. This magic ring thing, it has a tail here on the magic ring. Just pull this tight first. Okay, make sure it's sealed nicely. This tail, we're gonna bring it inside the hand because it's too small to sew it around here. So I'm gonna bring it inside the hand like this, and you tie a knot with whichever tail you can find here, tail from the magic ring or tail from the microphone. And the longer tail, I'm gonna use it to sew the button. You're gonna sew it all around. You're gonna follow this and sew it all around. So since I've not added stuffing yet, so it's easier to come out this way, and it's easier to sew too. Okay, let me see, it should go here. You make sure you follow back the stitches, so at least the button look like a button. Doesn't show too much of those. Okay, just leave all this tail here, later I'll tuck it in. And you just follow this line here. Just like the single crochet, you go through. Because this is a button, it's not a pop-up flower, so you gotta make sure all edges, all corner goes down nicely and not open up like this. It's getting hard to sew because there's too many things inside now. Make a few more rounds, and then you tie the tail with the tail that's hanging outside here, and make sure you don't touch this tail because we need this tail to sew it to the body. Okay, you just move it around, shape it around, and make sure it looks more like a button, and check and see if you have any. Okay, there's still a lot of opening, so I'm gonna seal this part as well. Make a few more stitches if you have yarn left, if the tail is long enough, so that it's more secure. So at least you won't see all this, right? Okay, let me just make one more stitch here. So you have to be very careful with all this. All this will chuck out from the previous tail. Just pull it from here. Okay, this should be the last stitch. Shape it around, and you're gonna tie this tail with all the other tail. And you can either cut it or leave it inside. Those that are too long, maybe I'll just cut it. And the balance, I will just push it inside. And I'm going to add a little bit of stuffing. Not so much, just a bit to plump up the first half, the tip half, this part, half of the hand. Make sure it goes until the tip here. Then you shape it around and see if it's too much. So that's one hand, and I'm going to add stuffing here as well. And after this, we're going to go to the body. The leg and the body will be the last part. Then after that, you can assemble the whole thing. Make sure you push it to here. And that's the head. Okay, now we're gonna do the leg and the body. You're gonna make 2 legs and join them together and continue with the body. So it's in blue color. So first, you're gonna make a magic ring. I'm gonna curl it around my 2 fingers, make a cross. Or if you have any other way that you're comfortable with in doing magic ring, go ahead. So in this magic ring, I'm gonna make 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochet. You go to the first stitch. If you do not know where's the first stitch, count back from the hook, the V shape. Okay, I'm gonna do increase in every stitch. Don't forget to add your marker. I'm gonna do increase, means 2 single crochet in every stitch. Okay, I started with 5 single crochet, and now I did increase. Increase means 2 single crochet in every stitch. So this row I should have 10 stitch. So now we're going to go to row 3. Row 3, we're gonna start with a single crochet. Don't forget to add your marker. Single crochet, increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So you're gonna do single crochet, increase. Oops. You know, sometimes you have this, it's better that you redo, because it's a 5-ply yarn. Somehow you only grab 4 instead of 5. Oops. And this row, you should have 15 stitches. So now row 4 and row 5, we're going to do single crochet all around. Just one single crochet in every stitch. Row 4 and row 5. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 5. Okay, you're going to make 2 of it. The first one, I leave a slightly longer tail because when you join these two together, chances of having a hole in between is quite high. So I'm going to use this tail to cover up that hole. But in the meantime, I'll just hide it all inside here and I'll just join it. Okay, now I can remove my marker because the starting stitch now will change. Sorry, did I went off screen? Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna join it over to the other side with a slip stitch. Join it with a slip stitch. And wait, let me hold on to this first. And I'm going to do an increase in this row. So I'm gonna add marker. So I slip stitch here. So I'll count this as 1. So after every 4 single crochet, I'm going to do an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an increase. One, 2, 3, 4. Increase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase. And then you come back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is your increase. So all in, you should have 8 sets of it. 6 sets of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 sets of it. And this row, I should have 36 stitches. Okay, now, no matter how tight you pull here, you are still gonna get a small hole. Okay, this is my 1. So this is my first stitch, my new first stitch. So I'm going to do 4 single crochet followed by an increase. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you do an increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into the same stitch. And then you continue 1, 2, 3, 4, and increase. So by the time you come back here to the first one here, you should have 36 stitches. Okay, I sewed a button here before I go any further. If not, it's quite difficult to sew since it's so near. Okay, there's this hole here that I mentioned just now, but I'm gonna get rid of it later on. Now, as for now, I'm going to go to row 7. From row 7 until row 11, you're just going to do single crochet all around. Just single crochet all around. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 11, and each row you should have 36 stitches. Okay, I did 5 rows of single crochet all around from row 7 until row 11, so this is how it looked like. So now let me settle this first, the hole here. So I have a tail here. I leave this tail from the first leg so that I can sew this. If you do not have this tail here, it's okay, you can use an independent yarn. You just grab a yarn and sew it here, it's okay. So I'm gonna make it like a crisscross thing, like from here you cross over here to make it look kind of like single crochet or double crochet. So along the hole is cover up there. It's not so visible now. Okay, now one more on this side here, the side here. Okay, once you're satisfied, there's no hole here, I'm gonna tie this to one of the tail here. There's a few tail here from the previous single crochet, sorry, from the previous magic ring. So you just tie a knot and leave it inside. And now we're going to go to the next row. Next row I'm going to do decrease and start to do decrease. So if you're a beginner, you want to add marker all around, you can. If you want to add marker, let me tell you in advance what you should do is you're going to do 5 single crochet, 1 2 3 4 5. That means single crochet in the next 5, and then this 2 is going to be a 2 together, and then 1 2 3 4 5. So like 5 decrease 5 is going to be 1 set. So you're going to do 3 sets of such, and by the time you come back here you should have 33 stitches. So let me just show you one set. Always remember to add your marker. This is 1 2 3 4 5, and I'll do an invisible decrease, and again 1 2 3 4 5. Now you do 2 more sets and you come back here, you should have 33 stitches. Okay, I've added another button here. So now I'm going to go to row 13. Row 13, it's going to be 9 single crochet followed by a decrease. So you're going to do 9, single crochet in the next 9 stitches. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. After 9 single crochet, you're going to do a decrease, so you can call it a 2 together, and in my case it's an invisible decrease. So you do 9 and then a decrease, you do 3 sets of it, and by the time you come back here you should have 30 stitches. Okay, now row 14, another row of decrease. You're gonna do 4 single crochet in the next 4, 1 2 3 4, decrease, 1 2 3 4, that's 1 set. You do 3 sets, and by the time you come back here you should have 27 stitches. So don't forget to add your marker. So this is 1 2 3 4, 2 together, and 1 2 3 4. So this is 1 set, and I also add 1 button at the back. Well, it's up to you which is the back and which is the front. So as that, when I go along I will add button, because I want to sew the button and I do not want to stick it on. So if it's too high I can't sew here, right? I mean, it's, so once I reach that spot I will sew the button. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 14. Okay, now row 15. Row 15 I'm going to do single crochet in the next 7 and followed by a decrease. 1, oops, let me add a marker. 2 3 4 5 6 7, followed by a decrease. So this is 1 set, and you're going to do 3 sets of it, and by the time you come back here you should have 24 stitches. And I just add another button here. I do not have a lot, I just made about 6, sorry, I'm not sure. Yeah, 8. I put 2 on the hand. So it's up to you how many buttons you want to make. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 15. Okay, now row 16. Row 16, I'm gonna do single crochet in the next 2. And let me add my marker. So this is 1 2, and you do a decrease, and again you're going to do 2 single crochet in the next 2. So single crochet, decrease, single crochet, and this one make 1 set. So you're going to do 4 sets this time. So once you have 4 sets, you come back here, you should have 20 stitches. Okay, now I'm at the last row. I'm going to do single crochet in the next 3, followed by a decrease. So 1 2 3, decrease, 1 2 3, decrease. You're gonna do 4 sets of this. This is the last row. After this you can add stuffing. Go to the next stitch, you do a slip stitch, you chain 1 and you pull tight. Maybe I'll make another button here and another button here. I think it does have 1 button here normally. Yeah, I'll come back to you once I have all the buttons fastened. Okay, now the balance is to assemble all these. Before I add stuffing, I've added all the buttons. And before I add stuffing, I'm gonna sew the hand first because it's easier this way. I'm gonna sew this here and one here, and later on the head. I'm gonna sew one on the head, one on the body, but I sew the hand first. And for those who wish to stop watching from here on, thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is on the corner here. And let me introduce you to Tata's friend. This is RJ. RJ video is already in the playlist. It's already in my group of amigurumi. You can check him out. And I will continue to assemble this. And for beginners, I just show you how I assemble one of the hand before I continue with the rest. See the hand, I want it to face upward like this. So since there's no stuffing here, I can just poke. Oh, sorry. Did I just go off screen again? Oh. Okay, so for beginners who do not really know how to sew this, it's best that you sew before you add stuffing. There's no stuffing here at all yet. So here, once you are sure that the hand would be here, you just make one stitch here and another stitch here. Oops, sorry. One stitch here, another stitch at the bottom here, and you make a stitch to kind of hold it in place before you continue to sew the whole thing. And once you're sure this is the right spot, like so, this one you can move the stuffing around. So make one stitch here and one stitch at the bottom, and you pull, and you just take a look and see if this is the right spot. If this is the right spot, then you just continue to sew all around. Just sew all around it like this, because it can come up here anytime, so it's easy to see and easy to sew as well. And you just make sure you make a few stitches. Okay, you have to make quite a few, because especially for this arm, it's heavier than the other arm because this one has a microphone. So you really have to make a few more stitches. I sew the two hands first before I sew the head. And come out here, you can go in here. Follow the stitch. Follow the single crochet stitch. Actually, there's no fixed rule to this, so long it's fastened and it doesn't look like you did a lot of stitch, and you're fine. You go back here according to the stitch, just follow back. Okay, this is an example of it. So this hand you have to stitch a few more rounds because it's kind of heavy. It has a microphone. Okay, and then you sew this side, and don't forget to add stuffing before you start to sew the head. The head, same thing. When you sew, especially for beginners, you can't hold it like that. You just leave it on the table. You press it down with this finger and one on this finger, and you just sew one on the body, one on the head, one on the body, and one on the head. Make sure you hide it nicely, and it does not look as if you have all those lines. Just hide it as much as you can. So I'll come back to you and show you how the end result will look like. And for those who want to stop watching from here on, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next post. Okay, this is how the end product look like. When you add stuffing to the body, make sure you stuff up the toes here, I mean the legs here, the end here. So you make sure here plumb up and there's no dent. So this is how it look like. I hope you have fun making one of these. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next post.